Hey Toy Family, welcome to the Marsham Toy Hour, where we usually try and discuss anything and everything designer toys, but we're still on break. We're still trying to get our act together to start Season 5. But while we wait for that, I thought one thing I would do was compile some of our best and maybe our worst moments throughout our 4 years of doing this podcast. One of the things I always enjoyed most about doing this podcast was the games that we played. And one game that we played throughout Season 2 was called Designers and Dragons. And what that was, basically our version of a designer toy-centric version of Dungeons and Dragons. I embarrassingly played the Dungeon Master, and George, Carlos East, Kris Butiong, and even guest player Colus Havenga embarked on a journey of trying to save DesignerCon from the evil throes of Skinner and his monstrous horde of mercenaries. So it was fun. Here you go. Sit back and enjoy some Designers and Dragons. Have any of you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Or any sort of role-playing game?
I've played role-playing games before. Not specifically Dungeons and Dragons, but I played a Star Wars role-playing game back in high school.
Somehow I knew you were going to say yes, George. What about you, Carlos?
Yep.
Okay.
I used to play Warhammer.
Okay, well, Kris turned me on to a couple, which is funny because Kris doesn't even he's never played Dungeons and Dragons before, but for some reason, somehow, he got into listening to a couple really funny Dungeons and Dragons podcasts. And so I started listening to a few based on that suggestion, and next thing we know, I started playing designer toy Dungeons and Dragons through IM with Kris, and we were just coming up with these hilarious scenarios. And a light went off. This is a game. We have something here. We can play this on the show. But anyone who's ever played Dungeons and Dragons, it's a very complex, very detail oriented. You create your characters. You have dexterity, and you roll dice to determine your strength and dexterity and intelligence and what race and class. So we got to dumb this down. We can't get into that level.
My dice.
Oh man! You got
got
dice. You
I got
the
dice bag out, dude. I got all my dice ready. I got my 20s, my 8s, my 12s, my 3s.
Oh damn!
Critical hit.
Okay, let's just work with a 20-sided dice.
Okay, got it.
I will be the Dungeon Master, which anyone who's not familiar, Dungeon Master is essentially what? He's like the host, the storyteller of the game, and you guys
You're the
are going to
toy
be the
master.
players. I'll be the toy master, and this game is called Designers and Dragons. So here's what it's going to be. We don't have time to create characters, so I just went already ahead and created your characters. George, you will be playing the character George Gaspar, he's a middle-aged man with a glorious beard.
Wait, can't I at least be like a dwarf? Well, the dwarves have beards. You got to at least bring some Dungeons and Dragons into it.
You want to be a dwarf? You're a dwarf. A middle-aged dwarf with a glorious beard. He's a sculptor of sorcery, and by that I mean anything you sculpt can come to life.
I like it.
Carlos, your character's name is Beastie. You are a traveling actor with your faithful wolf-monkey hybrid companion, Chamaco. You yield a Calaverita skull that, if looked directly at, gives you the power of persuasion for 1 minute over the entranced.
Nice.
High charm, I would imagine, in that character.
Oh, high charm. Oh, very nice. What level? We'll make you a level, 7? I don't know.
We could start with level 7 charm. He can work up from there.
Kris, you're going to be playing Kris. You are an extreme...
Really great names, by the way.
I figured it'd be easier for the listeners to know who's who. So, you are an extremely buff Asian man with eagle-like eyesight.
There you go.
You are a toy blogger, and you are going to be documenting the travels of your clan. So, let me kind of set how this is going to work. This is set up in an imaginary world of designer toydom, where artists and store locations do not match up to what you currently know in reality today. And by that I mean East Coast artists, East Coast shops, they might be adjacent to something that's on the West Coast or in the UK. This is not to be taken literally, okay? So this is a completely made-up world.
And any names of artists we use are all in fun. Don't take any offense to anything, anyone, please.
And I think we have to do that mention every time we play the game so people don't get offended.
Yes. Please, this is all in fun and jest. Okay, so here's the setup for the scenario, guys. You guys have all been summoned by Ben Goretzky to gather to the store 3D Retro. After hours spent in traffic, coincidentally, you all arrive at Ben's establishment at the exact same time. As you approach the store, you see through the window that Ben is frantically pacing the store, murmuring to himself. You enter.
It's like I'm there.
Upon seeing you, Ben locks the door behind you and pulls you all behind the counter. Guys, something terrible has happened. The Oracle Dove tells me a hellmouth has opened up in the middle of the Pasadena Convention Center, and the diabolical wizard Skinner has risen from it and overtaken the Pasadena Convention Center along with all his menacing mercenaries, Colus, Ultraspog, and a horde of lurkers. Just then, the phone rings. Ben is shaking in fear. Should he answer?
Yeah, of course. Get it.
Okay.
What store is this?
He puts the phone on speaker. Hello, this is 3D Retro. Ben speaking.
Well, hello guys. Guess who this is? It's your buddy Skinner. But maybe I won't be your buddy anymore because I have some real bad news, man, for you in the Pasadena Convention Center. Listen up. I'm tired of the mashups. I'm tired of the enamel pins. I'm tired of all the licensing crap. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's really stifling our originality. And I tell you, the He-Man stuff, man, the bootlegs, you guys really know how to take something special and just turn it into garbage, man. And I'm sorry. I'm off the deep end on this one. And I'm a bad boy. And I got some bad boys with me. Okay, all my minions, we're going to do it together. This has got to end. I'm destroying the Pasadena Convention Center. I'm destroying DesignerCon. You guys got to watch. You're going to watch me destroy this stuff. And I hope that you understand that I'm doing this for all of us together. I'm sorry, I've lost my mind. I'm crazy, boy. Don't get weighed down by all them enamel pins on your jacket and cry, because out of destruction comes a new day. And maybe that new day is not going to be licensed stuff, Darth Vader, Garfield mashups, and no freaking stuff like that. Okay? I love you, and I'm sorry I have to do this to you. Goodbye.
That's amazing, dude.
Oh my god, that's the best thing ever. I don't know if I want to travel and save it or if I want to let it happen.
I want to join him.
Oh, man.
This game might be really short.
Yeah.
The designer toy scene needs your help. Ben explains it's like the Hellmouth. It needs to be closed. It's the doorway to other dimensions, and more evil will be unleashed, releasing hell on the designer toy world. Ben wants you to assemble a team to battle Skinner and his mercenaries to save DesignerCon from demise. Now, Ben knows you guys are going to need some help along your journey, so he mentions that you can use his store to gather any munitions and goods needed for your journey. He suggests you stock up on toys that you can offer as trade or flip as needed to form alliances. Okay, guys, the game begins now. What do you do?
All right, well, we gotta figure out if we want to help Skinner or save DesignerCon.
All right, well, obviously we have to save DesignerCon. That's the game.
Yeah, we have to save DesignerCon, because apart from, the Darth Vader Garfield mashups and the enamel pins.
We need to make a Garfield Darth Vader enamel pin for this DesignerCon, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we look around the store and try to figure out what we need.
Okay.
Does Ben still have that 1-in-1 scale Boba Fett?
Yes.
I'll definitely take the gun and possibly chop off the helmet if I can.
All right, I'm going to take... I know he's got I think he still has a case of the 13 Dunny series. Those will flip for good money, I think, at this point. So I'll take a case of those in case we need the flip money for something.
Yeah, for the funds, right?
Okay.
Is the DeLorean a part of the deal?
No.
That's our vehicle, dude.
He does have like a 2-foot Batmobile in there. Can we make that thing run?
Yeah.
If you want to lug it around, feel free.
No, I want to drive it around.
We can take the bus. You know what? I'll grab a couple of plush toys, just in case we have to like sleep outside. We have like pillows.
Look at him looking for comfort and sleep. Jesus Christ.
Wow, you're going into battle, dude. There's no time for sleep.
Well, we have to sleep every night, dude.
He's stocking up on Luke Chew and Scott Grumpy Bear, or whatever that bear was called.
Yeah, because those, you know,
Because they're nice and soft to sleep on for his little fucking head.
Yeah, you know what? Like we have to like gain up our HP, you know.
And he'll grab an extra T-shirt off the rack to put Chimako in, so he's nice and warm.
Yeah, but we can also grab some of the hot toys.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah, that's where the money's at. Like you know, we can just hide the hot toys inside of the plush. So if we're mugged by, you know, some bandits in the way, they're gonna look at the plush toys and they're gonna like, fuck those. You know, plush don't sell. And then, but we'll have the stashed hot toys in case we need, you know, to trade them for other more important items.
And I say we stuff our pockets full of reaction figures in case we need to light them on fire and throw them at people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Molotov bombs with toys. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like you guys are pretty loaded up.
How much stuff can we carry? Do we have to roll for this, or we just automatically get it?
Are we looting the store?
Because I mean, technically, if he's giving any of this to us and we flip it, I mean, we're making money regardless.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna have to make alliances during your travels with a variety of people. You're gonna have to have stuff to trade. You're gonna have to stuff. You might be running on low on money. You're gonna have to flip some stuff to make it further in the game.
When we get to a point where we meet someone, are we allowed to do a quick jump back to 3D Retro and roll for getting something that we need?
Yeah, or getting on UPS. You know, like get it shipped.
We got a courier that'll drive it over to us.
Yeah, we can roll.
So
we can roll
all you in that scenario, you can text Ben. He has a drone. He will fly that drone to you and deliver whatever you need. Sure.
If we roll,
but you have to roll a certain number for it.
Yeah, like 10 or above gets it, 10 below loses it.
Exactly.
Or we get it, but it takes longer to get to us.
Yeah.
No, you lose it, and then the next guy has to roll for it.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Just in case, we should pick up Funko Pops, just in case, because I feel like we might encounter.
Those might sell.
Yeah.
Those might sell. I heard Funko is, you know, popular.
We could also run into a horde of people that don't know what designer toys are, and they'll like those at least.
Oh, smart thinking.
Disney Pops, probably. Those are popular.
Yep.
Disney and Star Wars Pops, so we'll grab some of those.
What about any blind boxes? I mean, that's always fun for people.
Oh.
People don't understand. All right, we'll grab a couple Tokidoki blind boxes, because at least people like Tokidoki.
Yeah. And they wouldn't be upset if they don't get, like, what they want.
Now, you guys are writing all this down, right? You guys remember what you picked up?
Sure.
I'm winging it, yeah.
So the hopes is this game could last. We can do it the last 10 minutes of every episode, and we can make this last for a long period of time. Every time someone joins the show, they can make a new character. And if we know that we're never going to want them back, they were a terrible guest, we'll kill them off. I'm sorry, Kris. You're going to have to be killed off today.
I didn't think I was going to last anyways.
But we get to keep whatever he picked.
Oh, I'm definitely looting his dead body, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looting his dead body.
That's smart, too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that Kris, he has a companion, too? It's a Black Panther he rides called Mongolian.
Mongolian.
Let's just call it, make it easy and call him Mongo.
There you go.
All right, so what do you guys do next? You guys are all looted up.
All right, so I guess
it's about what, midday today? So you still have some time. You can make a good trick.
Are we walking? Do we need to find a vehicle?
We kind of call Uber, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Can we
being
call Uber.
We can go next door, say hi to...
Where are you headed?
Wait, well, when we step outside of 3D Retro, what do we see?
So you guys step outside of 3D Retro, and you hear something coming from around the corner. So it sounds like someone's tagging something on the side of the building.
Who's that?
I don't know. You guys want to check it out?
Yeah.
Let's go see who's tagging.
See this culprit is.
Bet it's Juan.
So you turn the corner, and in the parking lot, You see a beautiful raised garden just around the corner. And wait, who knew Ben had a green thumb, right? That's a little weird. His garden right next to the shop. But, Ben's full of surprises. And then you see a short, stocky Asian male wearing a hat that says Brooklyn. He's wearing an army jacket and jeans, and he's also wearing some Nike Air Max shoes. He's standing on a tower of shoe boxes, spraying the wall in what looks like an image of Bruce Lee.
I guess we approach.
Yo, yo, yo! Why do you approach me?
We wanted to, I guess, see what you're tagging up and if you have the correct permits.
What's your name?
My name is Kano. Lowercase k, lowercase a, capital N, capital O. Don't you forget it.
What race are you?
He's Asian. He's Asian race.
Try to follow along.
Who asks
Carlos.
what race someone is when they meet them?
No, like, he's he an orc? Is he
It was mentioned. He's Asian. There's no Asian orc. He's just an Asian male.
Well, a dwarf Gaspar, I mean...
You're a dwarf?
Oh, you guys are terrible.
What are you doing hitting up the side of the store?
This is what I do, yo. I tag shit.
Did you ask Ben for permission to do so?
No one has permission to do this stuff. This is just what we do.
Who's
Do
we?
you have something for us?
Yo, do I have something for you? Dude, look at this dope wall. You should be giving me something.
Give us something.
He doesn't like that response. He gets in defensive mode, and he pulls out a lighter from his pocket, as if to turn his spray can into a flamethrower.
I'm gonna kick the sneaker boxes out from underneath him so he lands on his face.
Oh,
and we
damn.
steal a bunch of his spray cans and run.
What size are their sneakers in case I want to grab some of those?
They're
Wait, no, they're not empty.
Oh.
As you kick the boxes over, you also notice there's like art painted on these shoe boxes. There's like Biggie and Tupac and all these hip hop artists painted on these shoe boxes. But inside, one of the covers of one of these boxes opens, and inside it's a figure. It looks like Mickey Mouse had sex with a skull and crossbones. And, the eyes are crossed out. There's some X's on the hands.
That one catches my eye. I want it, no matter what.
You want it? You pick it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to grab it.
Meanwhile, Kano is just rolling around on the pavement. It looks like he's in excruciating pain. He's like, "Yo, I think I broke my back. Call me an ambulance, please."
Sorry, buddy.
He was about to torch us. Do we want to help him?
No.
He's defacing the wall without permission.
He's just faking it. I'm sure we're gonna find it. We're gonna see him further down our path.
If we help him, though, does he come as an alliance? What if we want to help? Should we help him?
He tried to flamethrow us.
Yeah, but that means he's good with a weapon. Maybe he'll come to our side if we bring him a doctor.
Okay.
I doubt he'll ever show up when needed.
Let's just call a doctor and then just leave him there.
Let's grab the shoe boxes and the toy and call a doctor and run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 911. What's your emergency?
There's behind 3D Retro. There's this little Asian middle-aged man. He's hurt. He needs help.
Okay, we're sending over Dr. A to take care of your friend, okay? Just stay put, please. Okay, just as you hang up the phone, Kris, that toy you picked up from the box with the crosses, the X's for eyes, well, the X's for eyes start glowing.
Oh, no.
Next thing you know, you start smelling a really stinky odor coming from the garden.
I walk to the garden, even because I'm curious of bad
man.
smells.
That's the worst idea ever.
I'm curious, all right? That's my
He's
character.
going by himself.
It appears your toy has arisen the dead. There's a stinky ginger root coming alive out of the garden. And oh crap, all these beets have turned and are walking dead beets. There's hundreds of colorways. They're in 6 inches and tiny 1-inch sizes coming at you guys in a furious horde.
I obviously walk backwards and try to avoid the horde of deadbeats.
I grab a shoebox and start putting all the mini deadbeats into one box.
They start biting your hands.
Oh crap! I need my hands for sculpting.
Save your hands, George.
Can't you sculpt something to save us and fight off these deadbeats?
Do I have sculpting material?
You do, but the stinky ginger roots and the deadbeats have completely surrounded you guys. They're starting to begin to claw at your pants legs, attempting to crawl up you. The stinky ginger root, it's so strong and it's so overpowering. It's burning your eyes, and it's very difficult to breathe. It's almost like you've been sprayed with mace.
Shit.
Pick up some of the spray cans and that lighter that Kano had.
Yeah.
And start spraying them all with
Okay,
flamethrower.
you know what? Okay, you're going to need to roll for that.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to roll, let's see, at least a 10 or more to determine if you get out of the scenario.
All right, I'll roll the first. Oh, shit. 2.
Oh, man. The can, it misfires. Nothing comes out.
All right, someone roll for me.
All right, I'll roll for you. 3. God damn it. These Kano cans suck. Carlos, you going to roll?
Yeah, roll for me. Roll for me.
Kano reaches into his bag and hands you a new spray can. Thank you for calling the ambulance for me, yo.
All right, I'm rolling. 12.
Nice. Yeah. All right. All of a sudden, the beats just... They just start screeching and they're going up in flames.
That was the beats.
But Kris, one had crawled up your leg and he's starting to bite your nards. You're thrashing around in pain. You need to go to the hospital, buddy.
Already? Fine.
Yeah.
Who's calling me? Who's calling Dr. A for me?
Well, Dr. A's already on his way, so maybe you should just hang out with
Kano.
Sit down
Kano.
next to Kano and just
Kano.
Kano, I'll keep company.
Kano.
All right, so the ambulance arrives. Dr. A gets out, and they put Kano on a stretcher. Kris can walk. He seems okay, but they want to definitely check him out, so they put him in the front seat of the ambulance, and they ride off into the sunset. And so, guys, you're down one man. We're going to end the journey here, and we'll pick it up next time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Carlos, we're screwed.
But at least we have some art that we can use to, trade.
Oh, no, look at that. During that whole flamethrower torching of the deadbeats, you guys burned up all of the Kano hand-painted boxes. That stuff could have been valuable. Now it's just a big pile of ashes. In the ashes, it looks like Kris had left behind the toy that he had picked up from Kano. The eyes are no longer glowing.
Oh,
we're definitely taking that with us.
they're taking that with us.
All right. But it arisen the dead. Are you?
Yeah, we're gonna need that at some point. Put that in my sack.
Okay, that was a fun first round of Designers and Dragons.
Nice.
I love it.
I love it.
I think we should, during the week, roll our... Oh, hold on.
Fire!
Kano is in your house.
Sorry, guys. Jessica's cooking, and that means things are burning down.
Oh. So I'm...
We have a very sensitive smoke alarm in here.
Okay.
There's not actually any smoke. It's just heat.
It went off the other night because I was boiling potatoes.
Wow. That's very, very sensitive.
So this game sounds like a hit. This is a game you guys actually like?
Yeah. I think that we should roll up our characters during the week so that we could figure out, because I think that certain things we're going to need to roll for, and like some of us will have a better chance of doing it by what our characters' strengths are. We should maybe look into doing that, like doing this right.
Yeah, we can take it a little bit further. I think I kind of agree with you. I just didn't want to do this whole character building thing online, but we can take it offline. And for what people know, like, so you'll get into scenarios where you might have to charm someone or maybe ask a question that might be above your intelligence. So you have to roll things to decide if you persuaded someone to do something or if your question gets asked. And so that's how this game's kind of going to go. We'll keep it simple. We're not going to get into modifiers and all that sort of stuff, but we'll keep it simple.
No, we'll just keep it easy. Like, keep the basics of D&D.
Yeah.
I like that, we're like just improvising and it's funny.
It's fun. Yeah, I didn't know where I was going to take it. And hopefully this is not a deterrent to getting guests on. Hopefully this is something the guests will want to play. If not, we can just, talk to the guests and then we'll end their bit, and then George and Carlos will continue with the game.
Yeah, I think that's fine. The guest doesn't have to be a part of it if they don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. And how cool was it that the Skinner actually called in?
I was just going to
recorded?
ask, how on earth did you get Skinner to do that in like a day?
Dude, I mean, he's awesome. It was just yesterday that Kris and I were talking about who could be the villain, and we knew it had to be Skinner. And so I've never met Skinner, so I just shot him an email, and sure enough, he emailed us this morning, and then he called, and we talked a little bit about the scenario and what he could possibly say, and then next thing I know, like 5 minutes later, he's calling the hotline and leaving a message. I mean, guy's freaking awesome.
Dude, he's super into D&D.
I knew he would be.
Critical hit, like his website. I mean, he's got it, and he's like the
Yeah. I'm wondering what his minions are gonna be.
Dude, I told you what the minions were.
They're lurkers.
They're lurkers.
No. But he's like who, like in the real world, like who's designer? Who are gonna be the bad guys?
Oh, so who else comes out of the Hellmouth? We're just going to have to wait and see where this story takes us. So let's move on to part 2, where artist Colus Havenga joins the gang. All right, well, Colus, last week, we started the first adventure of Designers and Dragons, which is loosely based on the world of Dungeons and Dragons set in the designer toy realm. And last week was the first adventure for George and Carlos, and our guest that week, Kris, joined. And you want to play a little game with us?
Hey, I will try my best.
Okay. So let's begin where we ended last week. So Kano and Kris got injured. A doctor was called, and who arrived? But Dr. A arrived, and he took both Kano and Kris away for medical treatment, I guess at the Victoria Hospital Center there. So here we are today. You guys watch Kano and Kris being taken away in the Victoria ambulance, and now what's your next move?
Well, first do we go through the boxes that are there to make sure there's nothing else we could take with us?
Yeah.
All the shoe boxes?
Well, there was a bit of a problem with that because you guys, with your quick thinking with the flamethrower and all, well, shoe boxes are very flammable, and especially when Kano paints on them, so extremely flammable. All the boxes are just a pile of ashes at this point. But you guys did, at the end of last episode, you guys did find Possessed Cause that Kris picked up amongst the ashes, so you guys picked that up, and I believe you guys pillaged Kris of all of his items before he was taken away too.
All right, so I think the first thing we have to do is we have to go talk to the Oracle and figure out what we're supposed to do to defeat Skinner, correct?
Yeah, we have to know how to do it.
Okay, so
we got to call an Uber, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys place a call to Uber. So you guys are standing there in the parking lot, and all of a sudden, it's the sound of some clopping. You see a huge black deer with giant white X for antlers approaching. Then you notice there's an all-black carriage in tow behind, guided by a slender man. As he pulls up close to you guys, he goes, "Ho, ho, ho! I'm Santa Colus. Did you call for a ride?"
we did, but I didn't know he had an Uber. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Santa Colus is going through some rough times, so he needs to Uber,
Yeah, so his sleigh or carriage, it's one of those nice fancy ones that has doors and windows and all that. So he's riding high above. He's like maybe 8 feet in the air, with the reins guiding the black deer. But he says, hop on in.
Let's hop in.
I'm down. Let's go.
Okay. As you enter and you sit down and you close the door, when you look out the windows, the world is stripped of color. It's completely black and white. No color in the world whatsoever from the inside of the carriage.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's trippy, dude.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Colus.
Please help yourself to some bottled water in the back seat. As you can say, while you guys are drinking your fine beverages, I've been drinking my favorite beverage, which is color.
Oh.
Where can I take you guys?
Let's go see the Oracle.
We need to go to Dispersed Warehouse, please.
All right.
Okay.
Please hold. I'm going to check my phone. All right. We're off.
All right. So as you guys are traveling down the road, you're approaching a very trendy LA hotspot, Lunartic's Tea Shop. And you see what appears to be a person in a white bear suit sipping tea in a cup. Just then, the handle from the teacup breaks off and the cup drops and shatters on the floor, spilling all of his tea. The bear wails and drops to his knees as if in pain, and at that very moment, you guys are like right beside him.
I don't know, George. We need to get to the oracle, but this seems intriguing.
There's a bear in distress, though. We have to help.
It's a white bear, so it might be somebody we know. So let's do it. Let's check it out.
Okay. Yeah, let's stop the van or stop the carriage.
Okay. At the sound of those annoying brakes, the guy in the bear costume looks over at you guys, and his hands raised as he slowly takes off the bear head. And you see, it's an Asian male, and he's like, "Oh, I'm having such a bad day. Everything's just going wrong."
Well,
look at you.
Oh.
Where are you guys headed in that fancy deer carriage?
We're going to see the oracle.
An oracle?
Who are you?
I'm intrigued. Tell me more, please.
He's Dove, the oracle, and we need to see him because we need to know how to defeat the mighty Skinner.
You guys seem like some nice men, so I'm having a bad day, but at least you guys can have a good day. So I have something in my possession that I believe could help you fight this Skinner.
What do you got?
Ooh.
This item is very cool, but I'm not going to give it up for nothing.
What is it?
So, from his pocket, Luke Chu pulls out what appears to be a very tiny little pill container. And inside is a tiny white bear that he's... You know, this bear, this was sculpted by your Uber driver there. But what this container does is... if you open it, it will unleash severe depression and absolute loneliness upon your enemy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a very potent, very strong medicine, and it's a one-time use, and it's very magical, and I will give it to you for something in exchange.
Well, we just so happen to have this Boba Fett helmet that would when you'd be able to put it on instead of the sad bear head, maybe you could be, hide inside this other helmet and have a different feeling going on.
Drink some boba with that.
This sounds great. I really like the Boba Fett. Boba Fett and Boba tea. I think I think I can make a painting out of that and make a really cool toy. Yes, let's do the trade.
Nice.
Ka-ching.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. This makes me very happy. I need to refill my tea, so I bid you farewell and safe journeys and good luck on your battle. And, good luck with everything.
Cheers.
All right, let's get back in our, let's get back in the wagon. Is there anything else at this tea shop we need to look at? Carlos, you want to look around?
Do you want to grab some snacks for the road?
For the road? Sure. Yeah. You guys want
I have some snacks in the back seat if you guys...
All right, let's just get back in.
Let's just hit back then.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right.
I'm giving these driver 5 stars, man. He's on point.
Thank you. All right, we still going to the same place?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oracle.
Now, do you guys want to talk to Colus at all during the travels, or should we just show up at DKE?
Oh, maybe he has some insight for us.
Well, you guys just learned he's a sculptor himself.
Can he sculpt us something that might help us in our journey?
I cannot.
Oh.
Problem with that is you have George. Anything George sculpts could.
No, but in the digital world, because George can do something like in the physical world, but maybe later on we can do something with a digital sculpt.
I can do it, but there's a time penalty because I have to sand it like a lot to get it ready for you guys.
Give him at least 48 hours to sand, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe you have any magical garments we can wear with awesome designs on them?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's going to make you feel droopy, though, because it's all black and very somber, just like...
But it might help us to, disguise ourselves when we get closer to the hell pit.
Sure, I think I have 2 shirts in the back. You can have
Can I have a large, please?
Yes.
All right, so you guys arrive at the dispersed warehouse. why don't you invite Colus in with you?
Yeah, I mean, we might need. Please don't leave because we might need a ride back to wherever we're going to need to go.
Well, that's true.
Don't take too long, guys.
Well, you're coming in with us.
Oh, come in.
What else you got to do?
All right.
He's got some sanding. And
You got to get back to your day job.
Coming in.
So you guys exit his carriage, and Color is brought back into the world. The door to the warehouse is open, and upon glancing in, you see is nothing but just a sea of boxes, about 20 feet high, just plain cardboard boxes. They're all just lined up in a long, maybe 20-foot corridor, and at the end of it, it looks like you can go either right or left.
I'll go left.
Chamaco says right. You still want to go
What
left?
do you think?
I would have gone right personally, Carlos. Well, I say we roll for it.
Let's roll for it.
Okay, roll for it.
10 or above, we go right. 10 or below, we go left.
Okay.
18.
Okay, you're going left.
Right.
So you guys are going left, right?
It's-
That was
No, it's right.
It's right,
Didn't you
okay.
hear Chamaco?
no. I didn't.
Right. Chamaco said right.
All right, so you guys walk down the corridor. As you begin to walk, you notice that behind you, the boxes start sliding and close in behind you. So there's no turning back.
Oh, crap.
Oh crap.
So as you're walking down right, it appears that it's going to open into a gigantic clearing. Above, you hear the sounds of a spaceship. And as you look up, it appears to be a cardboard spaceship is hovering very high above and is starting to descend, and it lands in the clearing that you're approaching. The cardboard spaceship door opens and folds down into a ramp, and it touches the ground. From it, a 6-inch green alien wearing a silver bowler hat, white shirt and tie, and carrying a metallic silver briefcase exits.
Excuse me, Mr. Alien, sir.
What, dwarf?
We're looking for the Oracle. Can you help us?
No, I cannot. I'm very busy. I have to go.
What do you got in that briefcase?
Top secret, fellas. Very top secret. I got to go. Have that cough looked at, sir.
Oh boy.
Do we just take it? He's 6 inches.
Yeah, let's just jump him, dude.
Charm him.
Oh yeah. There you go. Excuse me, Mr. Alien. Would you be interested into holding this for a second? I just need to scratch my back, and I, cannot do it while holding this calabarita.
You have 4 other able hands, but sure, I will humor you and hold your skull.
Here you go. That's perfect.
Okay, Carlos, why don't you roll? Anything over, let's say, an 8, you will have persuaded him to do whatever you want.
Okay. Roll.
Carlos. George.
Carlos, do you have a roll or no?
George, why don't you roll for him?
All right, I'll roll for Carlos.
I don't have dice.
18.
18! Damn. Okay, Carlos, you can persuade him to do anything you want.
Okay, Mr. Alien. First of all,
Who are you?
Eat this onion, the whole onion. It tastes like apple, right? Yummy apple. Then give us a peek of the suitcase you're carrying around. Show us what's inside.
Okay. He says, my name is Karoshi-san. I will open my briefcase and share my top secret papers with you. And he opens up the briefcase, and inside you see what appears to be 2 things. The plans to complete the maze within the DK warehouse, and the floor plan for DesignerCon. All the ins and outs of everything that's within DesignerCon.
We need both of those items.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carlos, you got to
Please,
get a copy of those.
Okay. So what we'll do is, like, since he's being, charmed by me, I'm gonna replace the papers with these receipts from the Target that I have in my pocket.
Okay.
So he doesn't notice that there's something missing, and I'm convincing him that when he goes out of the charm, he sees those as the papers he had before, so he's not following us or trying to find us later.
Okay.
So we grab these papers, put those crappy Target receipts in the briefcase, close the briefcase, and say, "Oh, thank you so much for your time,
Okay.
Mr. A."
All right. Well,
You want to roll for that?
Yeah, let's roll for that.
Well, I mean, you had a high roll, 18, man. I mean, he's under your power. He'll do anything.
There you go.
If it was anything lower, I would say, yeah, roll again. But 18 is pretty strong. He'll do whatever you want.
There you go. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So we're tricking him into thinking he didn't do anything when he wakes up.
Okay. Well, Kuroshi-san, thanks you guys very much. Nice meeting you. And he heads off, and just like a little box in the wall just folds open, and he enters it, and it closes up, and you don't see him anymore. So now you have the plans to complete the maze.
Oh, nice.
Was his spaceship normal size that we can go check inside, or was it a tiny spaceship because he's only 6 inches?
No, it was like maybe 12 to 20 inches at most.
Okay, so we don't need to check inside his spaceship for anything else.
Nah.
So what else? Is there anything else in the empty room we're in, or do we have to start finding a way out of this room?
No, it is. You guys are in just a giant clearing. You see 4 different potential entryways to travel with.
Well, let's look at the map and see if there's any other like cool rooms we should check out first.
Yeah.
Before we even get to Dove.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Is there
anything out of the ordinary on this map that we're noticing, or does it just show us right to get to the oracle?
No, the right way takes you to the bathroom. Left takes you to the kitchen. And straight looks like it's going to take you to Dove.
Well, we're going to have to go right because Carlos constantly has to go to the bathroom. So we better stop in there first.
Yeah, you know me. I was going to say that. And maybe some snacks.
Yeah, a weak bladder for Carlos, huh? All right.
Oh my God.
That guy goes to the bathroom more than anyone I've met in my life. So we better stop real quick for the bathroom for Carlos.
Yeah, because I'm going to
And then we head on. Then let's head straight to the oracle.
Okay.
Yeah. We do that. Do I have to roll for a 1 or 2?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Roll to see if there's any toilet paper.
Oh my God. Luckily, I have this map. Oh my God, no!
All right, so you guys let Carlos evacuate himself, and then you head down the straight path. And as you go, again, the boxes cave in behind you, and you start to see the boxes step upwards. So I guess you guys start walking up the stairs, and from the shadows, you start to see Dove the Oracle sitting in what looks like a... well, let me just describe Dove for a second. He's wearing a gray shirt, brown shorts and sandals, and he's sitting in a gigantic throne created entirely of cardboard. He yields a giant Tokidoki magic wand with a unicornal head. And he says, "Hello, guys. I've been expecting you."
Hello, Oracle. We've been looking for you. Yes.
Yeah, we need to know what to do to save DCon. This is disheartening, and we want to make sure we can defeat Skinner so DCon will happen this year.
Well, let me show you. He turns on the Tokidoki magic wand. Okay, you begin to feel a magical essence surround you. All of a sudden, a rainbow shoots from Unicorno's horn, creating an ethereal window showing the Hellmouth in the Pasadena Convention Center. You see Skinner spraying the walls and laughing diabolically. You see a king corpse climbing out of the Hellmouth as it proceeds to climb the Sheraton that connects to the Pasadena Convention Center. And then, lastly, the vibrating noise slowly starts to begin to just taper out and slowly descend, and the ethereal window begins to close. Dove just says, "Geez, I guess it's time to replace the batteries." But Dove mentions, so as you guys can see, there's a lot of things coming out of the Hellmouth. You guys need to quickly put an end to this. I will tell you that you need to head to Chinatown and seek out the Suck Lord. He can provide you with magically enhanced backer boards to help you shield against enemy attacks. But beware, the roads of Chinatown are very dangerous. Expect the unexpected. Now be gone, and Godspeed.
Okay, well, let's thank Dove, let's thank the Oracle, and head outside. Colus, are you okay from that rainbow attack?
I'm good. I'm just wiping myself down.
He eats color, so he loved it.
I didn't even think about that. That's funny. Okay, so as you guys exit the warehouse, it looks like it's starting to get dusk. It's nightfall starting to come. I guess you just hop back into the carriage, and Colus will take you to Chinatown.
Ooh, we're gonna hit Chinatown at night. This is gonna be
trippy.
And we're going at Godspeed, which is very fast.
Okay, so you guys leave the warehouse. So you're clippity-cloppity-cloppeting in Colus's carriage, and you arrive at the edge of Chinatown at nightfall. The rooftops are silhouetted by the full moon, and just then, across the rooftops, you see what appears to be silhouettes of wee plush ninjas parkouring their way across the rooftops. So,
my lift shift just started. I need to go.
Oh, you're a hardworking chauffeur.
He has a lot of jobs.
Like 5 jobs.
So, I guess if you guys
good luck.
If you guys ever need to call upon Colus again, you have the Uber app.
Good luck and rate me 5 stars, please. Okay, bye.
Okay. I think this is a cliffhanger moment. We should just end right here.
Yeah, I'm making some notes real quick.
Colus, I'll say thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed having you, and thanks for partaking in the game. You were awesome.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay, now it's time for part 3 of Designers and Dragons. Enjoy. So, George, you got your dice ready?
I have it right here.
Okay.
George, do you have my dice ready?
I have it right here.
Okay, so just to recap kind of where we left off is you guys paid a visit to the dispersed warehouse where you met up with the Oracle Dove, and he told you on your next leg of your journey you should pay a visit to the Sucklord in Chinatown, and where he has some, I don't know what, magical backerboards to help you fend off Skinner. Colus was your driver, or your Uber driver that week, and he dropped you off at nighttime on the outskirts of Chinatown. That's it. You guys are on foot, and you're on the outskirts of Chinatown. How would you like to proceed?
I guess we need to look around and see if we can find any hints of where Sucklord might be. I would imagine, like, look up and down the streets, down the alleys. Is there anything like is there anywhere we can see where there might be a sign?
You're really on the outskirts. I think as you get closer, maybe we'll have you roll for an observation to see if you can spot that sort of stuff. But right now,
well,
you're
let's
on the
head
outskirts.
in then. Let's head into Chinatown. Let's
go inside Chinatown. Is this the Chinatown? Like all the Chinatown?
This is a Chinatown. This is Designers and Dragons Chinatown.
Yeah, come on, man. This isn't based on reality at all. All right, so I guess you enter Chinatown, and what's going on right now is some nighttime vendors. You on both sides of the street. You just got it's lined up with all sorts of vendors selling anything and everything from bootleg toys to clothing and apparel. As you guys get closer to the vendors, you hear a verbal dispute going on, and 2 vendors are going at it on opposite sides of the street. On the left side of the street, a man sits atop a very tall horse, and there's this giant Mickey Mouse covering his eyes. It's a giant float floating above his vendor table there. And this man's booth is surrounded by a bunch of teenager types oddly doing a bunch of backflips. Anyways, the man on the high horse appears to be selling bootleg licensed toys. He's yelling at the vendor across the street. Dude, let it rest! You built a career riffing off my figure. There's no need to mix our work together. The man on the right side of the street, too, appears to be selling bootleg licensed toys, but these are all cut in half, exposing the skeletal anatomy of the character it's representing. And this guy shouts out to the other guy, hey, I'm just investigating what the actual anatomy would look like as opposed to the transplanted Damien Hirst anatomy, of which even he didn't do first. No one owns anatomy, dude. It's just a custom. Relax. Then the guy on the horse bangs a gong, and he yells, Hype Beast, transform! Just then, all those backflipping teenagers stack on top of one another like in circus fashion. They are forming like a giant human Voltron beast. As they're stacking, their shoelaces come undone. and the shoelaces just have like a life of their own. They start wrapping around their legs and their arms. They become just a giant shoelace beast. And the extra laces, they are huge, long whips for this beast. He's cracking these laces like whips. You can tell the man on the other side of the street, he doesn't want this battle. He thinks this is stupid. But he has to defend himself, so he calls for his half-skeleton army to assemble. And just then, you see the left sides of the skeletons only forming and hopping around on one leg. All right, so this battle's going on. You guys are in no imminent danger. You are merely spectators to someone else's dispute. But what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to walk at a brisk pace right down the middle of the street, past both of these people, and not choose a side in this battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do the same.
But I will flip them. I will flip them both off as I walk past.
Yeah, one hand each.
Just for using pop culture references in all of their work.
Yep. Dicing these.
Okay, so we're proceeding. We're getting past the vendors now, and we're kind of getting into just like a more of a retail district, more of a kind of a nightclubby type area. As you continue to walk down the street,
hold on. As we walk past all those guys,
yeah,
I pick up one of those little half skeletons, and I just put one in my backpack.
Yeah.
I just want to have one for later.
Okay. Why don't you roll to see if he lets you do that?
Okay.
If you roll a 7 or more, you were successful.
Okay. 16.
All right, you have a half skeleton in your backpack.
Can I grab one of the shoelaces?
Nope. You didn't think of it ahead of time. Come on.
Yeah, it's okay.
You want to roll for it?
Sure.
Dude, I wouldn't mess with a hype beast, dude.
No, fuck the hype beast.
You want to get into that fight? I think you should.
No. Let's keep going.
18 or higher.
Yeah, you're gonna get your ass whooped by that one.
9.
No,
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's run. I don't want to get in that trouble.
Yeah, you got a mulligan on this one, so let's just say you didn't do that.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are kind of in the nightclub side of Chinatown, and you see a neon sign up ahead, and it says Monkey King Karaoke. Outside of the Monkey King Karaoke, there is a 6-foot slender monkey yielding a bow staff, floating on a cloud of fire. He notices you guys and says, "Hey, guys, come on over."
What's going on, monkey?
What's up, monkey?
You guys look like you have some nice a nice set of chords on you. Am I right?
Sure thing. I've heard that. My coughing is off the charts.
Well, I see you guys are also carrying around a lot of... I know what designer toys are. We are actually designer toy producers ourselves. I run this karaoke business on the side, but we also run Monkey King Toys. We've produced, artists like Nathan Jurevicius, Luke Chu, and Cozy and Dan and the likes. And I think, you know what? I'm a karaoke man. I would love to hear you guys sing me a song. If you please me by singing my favorite song, I will either give you my bow staff, or I will help you produce a toy. But first, I want you guys to sing as a duo my favorite song, which is Daddy Finger, Mommy Finger.
Oh.
My voice is a little hoarse, but I believe that Carlos has a lot of charm. So I think that Carlos may have to take this one alone with a little extra charm on his belt.
Oh, really? But I think George,
No.
Your course voice could complement my high pitch.
No. I'm pretty sure this one's up to Carlos's charm to work.
Oh, okay. I can take the challenge. Challenge accepted. Are you ready for these?
Oh, well, we're ready.
Dun 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 dun. Mommy finger, where are you? Here I am. How do you do?
Dun, 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 brother finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? Sister finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? Baby finger, where are you? Here I am, and how do you do?
Wow, that was fantastic. I thought you guys would make a great duo, but Carlos or Beastie, you were great. That was the best rendition of my favorite song ever. What I want to reward you. Would you like my bow staff, or would you like me to produce a toy for you?
What do you think, George?
Take the bow staff.
Take the bow staff.
When a magical monkey on a cloud of fire offers you his bow staff, you take it.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
George, while he was singing the song, you started noticing that those wee ninjas that were parkouring across the rooftops, they started appearing again.
Oh, shit.
Their silhouettes are being lit up by the moonlight. All of a sudden, you guys are being pelted by tiny felt throwing stars. And so you guys have been surrounded by about 10 wee ninja plushes. And they're coming at you fierce. They got nunchucks, throwing stars.
Well, I mean, Carlos, do you want to fight him, or do we want to run into Monkey King? Fight or retreat?
We have the staff. We can kick their masses. They're made of felt.
Okay, go for it.
Come on, roll for it.
What do you want? What do we want with this? What do we need to get?
10 or higher.
I mean, they're plush. Let's okay. 10 or higher. You are successful. All right. Just beating the crap out of these things.
Oh, it is a 10.
Okay, so
we barely made it.
The wee ninja plushes, they just pile on you guys. You guys are just covered in them. But they're really light. They're just made out of plush. So you guys are able to fight against them, and you're able to stand up. And then just Carlos starts going to town, just beating the stuffing out of these wee ninjas. And
plush gods.
You survived.
Can I take one into my backpack?
Sure, they're all knocked out. If you want to take one, put them in your backpack. You're putting live things into your backpack. You realize this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a plan.
So the Monkey King, he's like, well, where were you guys headed, this late at night?
We're searching for the Super Suck Lord. Might you know where he is?
Yes. I know Super Suck Lord very well. Gentlemen, just the way you were headed, just keep going along the path, and you will definitely know when you're near.
Let's go.
Thank you, Monkey Sir.
Thank you, Monkey King.
You're welcome. Good travels. See you at DesignerCon.
See you there. Did you get a boot?
So you guys just start walking down the street, and you're walking for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just kind of noticing the sights and, what's going on at nighttime and everything. And the smell of weed is getting really strong.
Oh, we've got to be close.
And then there's a little mixture of resin fumes in there.
Oof, yeah, we're close.
Okay. It's a pink door, by the way. It's a pink door that says you're an asshole if you enter.
Yep, we're here, and we enter.
Okay.
Are we gonna knock? You're just gonna walk in?
No, if I'm an asshole already, just go in.
Actually, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, fuck it, we're assholes.
Kramer style. We just enter that room.
Yep.
All right. So you enter, and the place is extremely lit up. There's cameras everywhere. There's several stripper poles with female Asian performers doing some nice, sexy stuff on the poles. From a foggy haze, you see the Super Suck Lord enter the room, and he's wearing some shades with like lines going across them, and he's wearing a pink Asian-inspired robe. Hey, fellas, Dove told me I should be expecting you. I hear you want one of my magical backer boards.
Yes. We have an issue with the mystical Skinner.
Just give it.
We're gonna need this backer board.
All right. Well, guys, I don't just give out my crap for free. You're gonna have to earn this. And as you see here, we got a lot of lights and cameras going on. We are currently filming a new season of Work of Art. To earn my backer boards, you two are gonna have to be contestants.
Oh, shit. Wasn't that show canceled?
No.
Are you going to insult him? We're trying to get shit from him.
Dude, they've renewed it with me as the host, and I'm the only judge. It's
Okay.
all Sucklord.
Okay.
It's Sucklord, the Super Sucklord's work of art. Season 3.
Oh, shit.
All right. You guys are going to be my contestants, and today's challenge is to create a bootleg. Whoever's is the best wins the backer-board. Because this is my show, I'm the only judge, so don't suck.
Okay.
And you know what? Because you guys probably aren't prepared, I'm going to give you until next episode to come up with a pitch or what your bootleg toy is going to be. So let's just end the game right here.
Oh.
So take a week. Take a week. Discuss with friends. Bring your A games.
Cliffhanger.
All right.
But am I competing against George?
Yep. You guys are going head to head. Whoever wins gets a magical backer board. And those backer boards are going to be amazing shields for what's ahead. So,
Oh, boy.
one of you definitely want to earn this.
All right. It's a good cliffhanger.
And the longer you guys stay in his place, the more high you guys are getting. You're starting to get a little dizzy.
Oh,
Starting
boy.
to getting really hungry. So, yeah.
Happy 420.
Happy
So-
420.
Yeah, so I guess while you are concepting your ideas, Sucklord says, just enjoy the entertainment. And he points over to one of the stripper poles and just invites you to sit down. He says, treat my ladies well. And that's it.
Do we have to roll for that?
No.
Roll for boner.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's it. That was Designers and Dragons. We played it only just the 3 times, so we're not going to find out what George and Carlos did for their mashups. We will never know who won Sucklord's season of Work of Art. I don't know why we didn't play it again. Honestly, going back and re-listening, I have an idea. It was a lot of work. It's kind of goofy, very embarrassing to listen to for myself, and so we never actually finished it, which makes sense. So I had to assume that Skinner and his horde came in, they destroyed the Pasadena Convention Center, hence maybe why DesignerCon ended up having to move to Anaheim. Let's say that. And that wraps up a special throwback edition of the Marsham Toy Hour. Hope you enjoyed it. We should be starting back up with Season 5 shortly, so stay tuned. Until our next transmission, we're signing off. Bye.